They don't believe in that quarterback because you know why? They don't know how to coach that fucking quarterback. And this is an organizational mistake. Why are you hiring?
Yeah, but it's not a mistake. That's the problem.
But why are you hiring people that don't fit the kid's skill set? Without further ado, my guy, Big Z, Zander Krause. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Big Sills? How you living, brother?
I'm living, my friend.
Me too, man. Me too. I'm living good out here.
I got to ask you something, man. Is it just the way that I say shit that aggravates people? I mean, is that really what this comes down to? Because I hear people say the same things that we say. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I mean,
the way you say it, it's a lot of different things, but it's the beautiful part about the world we live in. And I love the show, and I don't think anything that you say about the football team really is that big of a deal, to be honest with you. So but I do. If people would like, I do have the greatness of the petition pulled up. If you'd like to hear an excerpt from the petition.
There really is a petition.
You want me to read you a little bit?
Yeah, I really do. Yes, I do.
Okay, ready? Dan Sileo and JAKIB Sports are platforms that are giving space to a person who frequently expresses racist and homophobic remarks. Blah, 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 blah. In today's society, there is no room for spreading hate and perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Every word that Dan Sileo utters can reinforce dangerous biases and contribute to the systemic racism and homophobia that countless individuals face daily. Recent studies have shown a direct link between media portrayals and public perception, where prejudiced viewpoints in media can lead to increased discrimination. The goal of this petition is simple yet powerful: to urge JAKIB Sports to terminate their relationship with Dan Sileo, ensuring that only voices promoting inclusivity and unity are amplified. This change is not only crucial for the integrity of JAKIB Sports, but also serves as a broader statement against hate speech in our media. Sign this petition to demand accountability and to foster a culture of respect, equality, and inclusivity in sports media.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
My God, man.
That is a real petition, folks. That is a real petition that somebody sent to me on Twitter. Okay.
Oh my God almighty, man.
You know, the funniest part about this thing is these people are, it's funny because anybody who knows me knows, like, I'm the complete opposite. Like, you sending me this makes me want to triple down. It makes me want to hire three versions of Sileo. Like, it makes me want to triple down even more. Like,
Coach is next. Coach is the next hire. Coach is the next hire.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Oh my God. All right. Well, wait a minute. What do you make of the criticism, though? I mean, is it really that hard for people to see that? I mean, Zander, this isn't a 3-game trend now. This is 27 ball games. This goes from a year ago to now, 10 games in. I mean, why the pushback, though? Why are people, again, kind of keep it in the room of football here and not the other stuff, but why do people have a problem with it? Do you think that they're being, you think denial about it, and now they're like you were the other day? You were like this. Look, maybe this really is what it is, and as long as they win, you know, this is how we're going to go about winning. It may not look like Josh Allen. It may not look like Joe Burrow. It may not look like Matthew Stafford. But I'll tell you what, we beat those teams.
Yeah, well, just that people just have to start being real about it then. It pisses them off because, well, I'll try and give you their perception. I can't speak for people because I don't happen to disagree with you. But I think people are protective. You know, I think you've won 2 Super Bowls in franchise history. I think we've only had 1 Super Bowl who's been a starting quarterback who, you know, kind of rose up. I think in a way, Jalen Hurts' story resonates with a lot of people of Philadelphia, where benched, discredited, questioned, and he kind of has risen up. He's blocked out a lot of the noise and been able to be successful. And I think, you know, fans are defensive of that, you know, and I'm okay with that. But I think they're a little bit delusional. Like, here's my problem with it. It's like, all right, if you're going to keep telling me we win, all right, then just be honest. The quarterback's not the reason that we're winning. He's not. I mean, we have a great team. We got a great defense. We had a great running game last year. There's a lot of different variables in football. And I think the way you say it is, it's not anything you're saying is wrong. I think it's just that you're giving them a brutal truth that they're not forced to accept unless somebody's out there saying it, and you say it, and they would much rather it never be said, even if they know it. Because here's what I know about Philly fans. Okay. I grew up in this place my entire life. All right. I'm still in this place. I was at the UPS delivering or shipping out a jersey for Jarhead and my boy Gary the other day. The guy's wearing an Eagle shirt, the UPS guy. I start talking to him. Same shit. They all watch this and they think what you think, but they don't want to hear anybody say it publicly. They think what you think. They watch this passing game. They're like, what the fuck is this? This thing is awful. I don't think it's as big of a deal as people make it out to be, but it is what it is. And I think from the football perspective, I mean, I don't really see how to push back on you in terms of this offense with all this firepower is so underwhelming. I mean, forget the stats for a second. It's just underwhelming.
Yeah,
nothing about it.
It fails the eyeball test.
Nothing about it screams to me. And the other part, I think that's a problem with, speaking of the culture of the city, like if you think about the way they play offense is like the antithesis of what this city is about.
Completely true.
Let everybody else dictate. We don't need to do anything. Yeah. We don't want to impose our will. We don't need to use our playmat. All we need to do is just turnover free ourselves into a way to into a win. It's like, all right, we're winning, and the other thing I think that's happening is and I don't know what level this is happening, but like I think people aren't having as much joy with the amount of winning as we're doing. I think a lot of times there's a lot of joy in being able to overcome like not getting there ever. Yeah. And this is the first period where the Eagles have been this dominant.
Absolutely.
They're a winning franchise. We're not the underdog. We're none of those different things. And I think sometimes people like don't really know how to handle that. And sometimes
you've never had a dynasty in Philly.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, they almost don't know how to win here. But
You've only had one team. We're winning. You've only had one team in the last 60 years go back-to-back in any championship, and that was the Flyers.
But people got to be honest about this, dude. Like, I don't get how people can sit up here and tell me Jalen Hurts is elite. They don't even ask him to do anything.
No.
Don't turn the ball over. That is the only thing we ask. You think that's what they ask elite players? And any other team? 31 other teams. If they have an elite player, you think they put the player and just say, okay, just don't mess it up for us.
Jalen, don't turn the ball over. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, go make a play.
Yeah.
A totally different mindset with that.
Which, again, we talked about this yesterday. Part of me is more like Team Nick right now. Not Team Nick because I'm trying to choose a side, but because I'm trying. Like, why would Nick change? Why would Nick change? Why would Nick put more in Jalen's hands? The more he's taken out of Jalen's hands, the more they've won in the last 2 years. When they had the ball in Jalen's hands last year, they were 2-2. They had 7 turnovers. They lost to the Bucs and they lost to the Falcons. They took the ball out of his hands, started running the ball, and they went their way to a Super Bowl. Why do people want Nick to change?
They won in here. All right, let's start asking even harder questions here. Is AJ lost a step?
I'm actually more in agreement with you. Look, we're talking about an inept passing offense for 2 years.
I don't think the guy's lost a step.
I get it. Does AJ look like he lost a step? Yeah, he kind of does. Look, eye test. Looks like he does a little bit.
Can I stop you there for a second? Watch this. I think he's lost interest in the offense.
Well, that's part of it. And I also think that just the passing offense isn't good.
Yeah.
The passing offense doesn't throw people
He's
open.
Frustrated.
There's 0 on-time throws. There's 0 anticipatory throws. There's 0 of any of those things. I mean, a lot of the best receivers, in the history of football, they weren't open when the ball comes out. You throw them open, you put the ball out there and you let them go get it. We don't have that. And again, I'm not even bitching because we are winning. So I'm not here to bitch about that, the fact that the offense is that. But specifically answering your question about A.J. Brown, fuck, man, I don't know. I don't think he's lost a step. This passing offense maybe makes everybody look like they lost a step.
Yeah.
If you bring that up about A.J. Brown, Doesn't it look like Jalen Hurts looks like he lost a step then?
Well, Jalen Hurts lost a step in the fact that he doesn't want to take off running anymore. I mean, it looks like everybody got beat up off that offense a year ago. It really does. I mean, here, you think Barkley's lost one?
To be blunt with you, I don't think it's all Barkley.
Okay.
And I don't think it's all the offensive line either. I think it's a combination of everything.
I think that's coaching.
But I think the most important thing with the running game is that you now are in year 2 of not trying to pass the ball consistently. And when you do that to defenses, it becomes a lot easier to put a bunch of dudes in the box and not worry as much. I mean, think about this. The Detroit Lions played man coverage all game with Rock Ya-Sin and Amik Robertson. 8 guys in the box, 5 offensive linemen. I don't give a shit if it's Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, the best center of all time. They're not blocking 8 dudes in the box. Now, there's some extent where they aren't getting quite as the same level of push in the run game. I think some of that is true. I think there's also a little bit of Barkley dancing a little bit too much, not hitting the holes, not trying to get upfield. Some of that stuff. I'm not trying to say that none of those things exist at all, but I think the single biggest problem with the running game is, dude, we don't pass. Like, we don't have a good passing game. The second year in a row. So what do people always say in the offseason? Teams catch up to offenses. What happened to Jaden Daniels this year? Teams caught up with his game a little bit. What happened to Jalen Hurts year 2? He had to evolve his game because teams caught up with the RPO. Teams caught up with this running game. They caught up with the way we play. They caught up with our reliance in single man coverage on the outside, throw a deep ball. Now they're playing us way differently. They're loading up the boxes. They're dropping the safety in the box. And it's a lot harder to run when you've got 8, 9 guys in the box. You know, and that's what I think is happening.
Here, I think the defensive coaches are exposing your offensive coaches every single weekend. It's just a well-oiled machine on that side. You got a guy working on turnovers and Bobby King with it. You think there's any coincidence the fucking linebackers are the best group in the NFL? You brought a guy in who has excelled at doing whatever with these guys. I mean, Nicobe Dean's career was on a respirator. All of a sudden now, he's a fucking bullet out there. I mean, then you've got Christian Parker taking the makeshift guys of Adoree Jackson, rookies at the safety spot, an undrafted safety. You got Q back there. You've got a great pick and also with Cooper, but they're making that work. You bring in Clint Hurt. Clint has made that defensive line exceptional. It's exceptional. You watch player development. You watch in-game situational. Everything they do on defense is excellent. It's Super Bowl worthy. Bro, I'm starting to do this. I can't tell the difference between the 24 defense and the 25 defense. In these last 2 weeks, I can't tell the difference. I'm seeing the same shit. I watch the offense, and I'm going like, wait a minute. You fucking lost Beckton, and I'm going to give you the injuries in the offensive line. I get it. I saw injuries a year ago, but I watched this. A.J. Brown. Where's those numbers? I'm going to give you this right here. A.J. Brown is 35th in targets with 65. He's 45th in receptions with 38. He's 46 with 456 yards. I don't blame any of that on him except for this. His attitude sucks because he's got to be better than that and a better teammate and not do this. Throw pity parties out there going, fuck that, I'm not going to run this route or I'm going to loaf on it. Bro, I get it. I'd be frustrated too if I didn't have passes being overthrown to me, fucking go routes, 4-yard outs. Dude, you got to be better than that because he was better than that a year ago. You know why? Because the run game was covering all of that bullshit. Zander, the run game and lack thereof it has exposed every single bit of what the coaches are. Let me say this to you, too, about the coaching staff. The coaching staff, John brought this up, and I'm going to tell you, he didn't expand on it enough, so I will. If you had to ask those coaches on Truth Serum, who would you rather have? Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts as the quarterback? You know why they would rather have Justin Herbert? That's their style of quarterback, and it's easier for them to coach because they believe in passing. They don't know how to coach an RPO. They think that's why they take it away. His design runs are all taken away. The RPOs are taken away. They're not. Kellen Moore was not an RPO coach. They didn't even run him a year ago. That's because Barkley was parachuted in. Dude, Kellen Moore was a terrible coordinator last year. He was terrible. Brian Johnson was better.
Yeah, but Kellen Moore wasn't terrible. It just wasn't a good fit. Kellen Moore needs a passer. That's it.
That's my point.
I agree with you.
You stop developing the quarterback.
Well, I mean, let me ask you something, and I'm gonna go conspiracy. Ready? Everybody entertain this.
You're going big sales on me here. All right.
Yeah, I'm going full conspiracy here. All right, and everybody can tell me how stupid I am if you think it's insane. In a way, have we lucked into this? Like, remember when they hired Nick Sirianni, they wanted Carson Wentz to stay.
He was hired for Wentz.
Nick came from a Phillip Rivers system with a quarterback like Carson Wentz. That makes sense. That's a good fit.
Yeah.
That's an interesting fit, right? Yep. You bring in, you move on from Wentz because he wanted out. Now you got Jalen Hurts. You know, they tried to trade for Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson the year after Jalen had a full year starting. They literally made the offer. So for anybody who says that they weren't, that's not what they were trying to do.
That's right. After 21.
And then 22, right, after 21. And then 22 happens. Shane Steichen has a second year with Jalen. He's in a very RPO-heavy system, which kind of evolved. They didn't start as that. If you remember, Mike Gill brought up this morning, in 21, Nick Sirianni's first year as a head coach, they threw the ball over 30 times every single game in those first 7 games where Nick Sirianni was the play caller. Shane took over. He learned the quarterback. They didn't make a change because they tried to train for Watson. Watson didn't want to because he's buddies with Hurts, and Russell Wilson didn't want to play in Philly. Then you come into 22, RPO-based, great performance by Jalen Hurts, his best season in the pros by a country mile. Yep. You go to the Super Bowl. You damn near win it. You come within a freaking holding call of winning the Super Bowl, and Hurts would have had another Super Bowl MVP. And now here we are. You know, you elevate his buddy, Brian Johnson, when Steichen goes. And now the last 2 coordinators they've had, Kellen Moore and Kevin Patulo, are both passing guys. To your point, these aren't RPO guys. These aren't guys who want to work with a dual threat. Why would they hire Kellen Moore last year? Why?
Because they wanted to improve the passing game.
So my point is that every hire they've made has pointed to trying to get the passing game going. Okay. Now we just dumbed this offense down to literally don't lose. That's it. That's what our offense is. I know fans don't want to hear that, but if you think about it, that's what our fucking offense is this year. Don't turn the ball over, bro. Please, just don't turn it over.
I'm going to make a point to you here.
I don't know. Wait, you think I'm way off base?
No. Okay. If you look at Nick Sirianni's resume, okay, he was a coach at Kansas City, 2008, 9, 10, and 11, and then receiver coach in 12. Do you know who they had as a quarterback? They had Matt Castle, who couldn't jump over a stack of pennies. He then gets the job in San Diego, and he's Phillip Rivers' coach all the way up until he goes to Indianapolis with Frank. Who do they coach? You had Andrew Luck there, and you also had Phillip Rivers there. Show me a place anywhere in his resume where that fucking guy has a guy with that skill set that he's ever coached. He's never coached a guy like that. Matt Castle, do you know what happened? When Matt Castle left New England, he won a division title in Kansas City. They won a division title with a guy who never fucking started at USC and won 11 games when he was up in New England when Brady got hurt. When Steichen was hired, Steichen was the only guy, if you look at his resume, was the only guy that had worked with RPO-style quarterbacks. Why do you continue to hire these? Kellen Moore's hired. That made no sense last year to me. Like, how does that fit his skill set? And then when Kevin Patulo got elevated, I remember telling all of you and remember saying this. So they're going to do the same shit they did a year ago. They're going to run the ball, which means to me they don't believe the quarterback can really win games throwing the football. That's how it's played out here. They don't believe in that quarterback because you know why? They don't know how to coach that fucking quarterback. And this is an organizational mistake. Why are you hiring?
Yeah, but it's not a mistake. That's the problem.
But why are you hiring people that don't fit the kid's skill set?
I know. It's just this team is really successful, dude. They're almost so successful that it just makes you say, I'm fucking wrong. Like, I don't know what. Again, I can sit up here and speculate all these different things about why the offense looks the way it does. They're winning, dude.
I think they get in the way of more winning.
Yeah,
I think they get in the way of more championships,
dude.
I think they've left championships on the table because of shitty hiring coaches like it did in 22. That Super Bowl should be in Philly.
Yeah, I don't think – well, remember what happened that year. 23, they wanted to hire Vic after the Super Bowl when Gannon left. Vic signed with Miami a week before.
Okay, that's a timing thing. That's a timing thing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They've been real – like, it's hard to be more successful than 40-2. And this is where, like, I know that
care about 40-2. You should care about Lombardi's more than 40-2.
Yeah, but we've been more successful in that area than we ever have been in franchise history. With Buddy Ryan, with Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, you name it. Ron Jaworski. There's never been a better time. Never been a fucking better time. As frustrating as it might be at times, this is where I think actually Nick deserves more credit. And even if people get pissed at I don't think Nick is this like world beater of an offensive mind. But what I think he deserves credit on is he has figured something out with this team where when you do dumb it down, as much as it might piss people off, this clip is like, dude, this is unbelievable, this winning. I mean, 40-2 still when they win the turnover market.
I think he is a good coach when you have a quarterback like Rivers. I saw him play design those. They had the most success. Philip Rivers had 2 years of his most success of any coach that's ever coached him was with Frank and with Nick. In Indianapolis, his best year was in San Diego, was when he was the quarterback coach and Frank was the OC, and they were working with them. I was there. I covered the team. I was there every week. Like, you know, John's there. I was there every week doing remotes from that. I saw him there, and I saw how they were working. They had really good football. They had Antonio Gates. They had a great running game. They had Austin Eckler going. They had everything going there. They had Keenan Allen. They were really good and high powered. But Philip Rivers couldn't jump over a stack of JAKIB hats.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, why do this then? Why hire all these coaches?
I don't understand that.
I mean, you pay Jalen, you drafted him in the second round. Right. Like, you're almost doing a disservice to him. I mean, I get it. We're winning.
I don't think they're coaching him right. I think they're not coaching him right. And I think what it's done is you're coaching to him. Get this. Do you not agree? They're coaching him.
What's an example of an RPO coach that you think would be better?
Cliff Kingsbury, Joe Brady, Lane Kiffin. Guys like that create passing games, but have guys that know how to be able to move the stick.
Well, it's funny because I see a lot of people like talking to me about like, oh, get like Mike McDaniel or like
Ronald Curry.
And I'm like, dude, I mean this with respect. Like, I don't think those guys want to coach a quarterback like Jalen Hurts.
But that's no. I do, because I'll tell you why. That's the kind of guy they want to coach. They don't want to coach Philip Rivers.
I don't know, dude.
Dude, when you're an RPO, Shane
a lot of these offensive systems, though, dude, these things rely on complex passing route. You can't have one read and roll out to your right with these passing systems.
Then why didn't Shane Steichen do everything in his power to go get Aaron Rodgers to quarterback the Colts? Instead, it was a priority for him to get Daniel Jones. He wanted Daniel Jones because he knew that
Anthony who's better in the pocket, Daniel Jones or Jalen Hurts?
Well, again, that's maybe because it's coaching. He was awful good in the pocket in 22. Was he not?
The thing I struggle.
How many timing things do you remember 22 where you did that? Zander, I can't remember like every single fucking time in 22 I went like this. This guy's breaking people's backs on 3rd and long with his wheels. He broke their backs. If I was a defensive lineman, I'd be like, fuck. And now that shit's all, dude, Wink Martindale told him that.
I know.
Once you're not a fucking threat in the run game, he's basically telling him, nobody believes you can win games sitting back there throwing it 35 times. I mean, I don't get the hires. The hires, you're hiring people that it's like you're hiring people. Like, you ever gone on a date with someone you know immediately it doesn't work? And you go like this is not happening. That's kind of what this is.
I don't do that. You know, you gotta get the job done.
Well, depending on what she looks like, it could be a short stint,
yeah,
but it's all good.
You gotta get the job done before you go out of there.
Yeah.
You can, I'm not going to a date and then leaving empty-handed.
You know how many 2-weekers I had? How you doing? Yeah, you're good for 2 weeks, and after that, it's no good.
All right, don't get me into trouble, man. Don't get me into trouble.
That's why you'd be out there mowing a lawn.
No, I mean, look, I think you bring up some good points about it. I just it's a weird thing. It's a weird situation for this team where they're so successful, they win so much. I don't really think they're getting the most out of Jalen Hurts. I don't really think that, but I don't know how to like. Shouldn't I just? I don't know. Am I being like? Should I just be happy? I don't know. We're 8-2. Like, should I just be happy?
I'm just go smack you if you say that to me, because that's what you told me.
Be happy, Sileo. Like, I don't know. That's what everybody wants. Yeah. I get it though. It's tough because you do win at this clip.
Hey man, the funny
offense is damn ugly.
It sure is. There is no doubt about it. Hey, what do you think the ceiling for Jalen Hurts is now?
The ceiling for Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Well, what offense are they putting him in?
Okay, the one he's in.
Not very high.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think he could be. I think there's throws that he's, the last couple of weeks he hasn't been great, but I don't understand why they've taken away.
You're dissecting now. You're picking.
I know. I don't because I really don't like. I know people think I like to do this. Like, I don't like coming up.
No, I know.
I don't. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to talk about the team and the offense, and figure out what the problem is and add the proper context to every kind. I'm not up here to try and say, "Oh, I got you." Jalen Hurts blows. That's not what I'm here for.
No.
But
I get it.
I don't know. I don't know what the upside is. If you asked me that in 22, I would say the upside was superb. I mean, as good as it gets. Elite, legs, arm, throws, roll out. I mean, everything. He did everything.
Leadership.
Right. Now it's like they don't do that anymore. They don't try and run the ball with him anymore. He doesn't run the ball that much. They don't do a lot of RPOs or any RPOs for that matter. I think they've done like 1 or 2 a game. They did one last week. It worked with Dallas Goedert. I still think the ceiling is there, but I don't think it's
I just don't think they're coaching him. I just really don't. Okay, what's the future and what's the ceiling for Kevin Patullo?
Kevin Patulo, I think, is hamstrung by the philosophy of the team.
You got my analogy. I think he's like the kid in the middle of the divorce. You like one guy, you really like the other guy a lot too. You're just in the middle here, and it's a tough decision what you have to try to coach. I think he's in a really tough spot here.
Yeah, I think he's hamstrung, honestly. Like, I don't believe, I'm sorry, and I don't give a fuck who says what about what. I don't believe a coach who's been an offensive coach in the National Football League for 16 seasons doesn't know how to call a crossing route, doesn't know how to call a mesh concept, doesn't know how to call any of these things. I mean, somebody charted that we run hitch routes every play. We run a hitch route, the highest of any team.
A 1980s route.
It's like I don't believe that Kevin Patulo is that bad. Do I think he's great? I don't. I think he's struggling learning and the sequencing. I think he's struggling the feel for the game. I think some of those stuff is real. But I think he's hamstrung a little bit by the Nick Sirianni philosophy of risk aversion, where they don't push the ball. They don't want to put the ball in harm's way. They'll do anything to protect the football first. And trying to be successful with that with a quarterback who, would thrive more running, escaping the pocket, making plays outside the pocket. The other hard part about, and we talked about this yesterday at length, was Hurts is a harder quarterback to be a coordinator for just by the very nature of he's an off-schedule quarterback. That means you can't be on schedule. You can't game plan for off schedule. It's off schedule. So it's a hard thing to do because, as Jason Brown pointed out yesterday, he's not the type of dude that is timing and rhythm. Drop back, 5-step drop, ball comes out. Doesn't do that. So I think Kevin's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. If he keeps winning, I think it's going to be fine. But I don't know. I don't think he's as bad as people think he is.
I don't either. I think he's just caught in the middle of this, and I really do. Listen, when you're telling people, isn't this code for this, Zander? Hey, we don't want you to turn the ball over. Well, that means don't throw the ball. That means don't throw the ball in harm's way. Throw the ball with the 5-yard outs.
Right, the numbers would insinuate that is what they're doing. I mean, they are a bottom passing attack, and they don't care.
Doesn't that doesn't cut your playbook in half? It cuts your playbook into a third, right? I mean, you're talking about how much of the playbook are they using right now? 20%. If you're talking, especially in the passing game, that's tough to coordinate when you only got 20. You know why everyone goes like this? How come they look like they're the same plays? Well, when you take the middle of the field away, you know what, to me, what I would like to see them do? Dude, throw some explosion throws. Go down the field. Say hey, Zander, throw the ball down there. So what? It's a pick at the 5-yard line going out the other way. So what? You put your defense in a better position, which is your better unit right now, and you're playing field position. Throw some explosion plays. Then you can really find out if A.J. Brown has lost a step. Then you can find out if Barkley, if you just opened it up more, there's no threat. Hey, if I know you're not going to throw a right hand and you're not going to use your power punch and you're going to try to jab me all day, bro, I know what's coming. I'm the defense, and I know what's coming on your offense. I know you're not going to throw explosion plays on me. That's the problem. It's becoming predictable again, like 20. Do you know why? Hey, I brought this up too. Do you know why you're not going to have you've got a 23 meltdown right now in front of you, and you don't see it. You know why? Not Pumper. Big Marsh is right. Sills, one day it's AJ, one day it's Hurts, one day it's KP, one day it's Nick. That's the same shit that went on in 23. You know why you don't have that happening now? Because you got Christian Parker, Bobby King, Clint Hurt, and Vic Fangio, and that shit's not happening on their watch. They cut that shit in half, okay? That's not happening. You got that happening on that side of the football, and Vic and those guys are not allowing that to happen. They're getting better while the offense is stagnant to even more. I mean, they're rolling backwards. They're getting worse every week. And when you lose a guy like Lane, how the fuck are you going to get a run game going, Zander, when you lose Lane?
Yeah, they got 8 guys in the box.
Okay, so now you have 8 guys in a box with no Lane. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And by the way, maybe Juergens was out of practice today, I think.
The hits just keep going here. All right. I'm going to do something here to make everyone feel better. Jordan Davis got named the defensive player of the week here in the NFC. He's really playing well. You paying him in the offseason, or are you waiting?
Would you rather pay more with Jomo? I'm paying Davis. I would pay Davis.
David, hey, dude, Jomo's having a fucking great year.
Carter's come alive too.
Carter has come alive too. What are you doing here? You gonna pay all 5 of them?
No.
Well, wait. I get rid of AJ. I am.
Well, even that though. I mean, you're probably paying Look, if everything we just talked about, if we're going to win games this way, I don't see really a reason to keep this type of payroll on offense. I think they're paying for wins. I think they view it as there's a salary cap. You're going to spend X amount of money every year anyway, but they're going to change where their funds are going. Are we paying Jalen Phillips, everybody? I think everybody right now would say yes.
Yeah.
Are we paying Jalen Carter, everybody? I think everybody would say yes. Are we paying Jordan Davis? Are we paying Ajoma? Are we paying Nolan Smith? What about Nico Dean? What about Reed Blankenship? What about, these are a little further out, but Quinion and Cooper? There are a lot of guys to pay here. I mean, looking at that front, I just named you 5 defensive linemen who need a contract.
Okay. So let's go Phillips. That's a $28 million nut.
Maybe you get him a little cheaper.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm a Prince.
We'll go like this. Between 24 and 28. How about we do that?
That's fun.
Carter's between what? 32 and 38?
I think 32 is your max there.
Okay.
I don't think he's played to that $40 million level.
Now, I think Howie probably they've picked up that 50-year option, rolled that 50-year option in like they did with Smith, and they'll roll one of those contracts out. What are you going to pay Carter? 25 million, 28?
Carter, I thought you just said.
I mean Davis.
Davis,
and you're not getting a discount on him.
I think I think 24 gets the job done.
24.
There's not that many nose tackles making that much. Now, the thing that's going to be hard about that is he's come alive as a 3-tech.
Yeah,
he's been good as a 3-tech. Like, he's playing more traditional DT this year, and he's been pretty good. He's got 3 sacks or whatever, 4 sacks.
I got it. I mean, I'm with you.
So I think but my point is, like, in the negotiation, Howie's going to say, you're a nose tackle, and the agent's going to be like, bull fucking shit. I ain't a nose tackle anymore. I'm playing 25% of snaps at nose. All the others are coming at 3-tech. So that's interesting. I mean, I think does 25 get it done?
Maybe.
Good.
Maybe.
It feels rich to me, to be honest.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to let a guy walk out the building unless Jomo goes like this. You think he can get Milton Williams some money?
Milton Williams to who?
Or Jomo?
Jomo? 28 mil?
26.
After paying Carter and Davis?
No. I'm asking you what his value is, you think, on the market.
Well, remember, he's got another year. So he'll have next year, too, in Philly.
Well, that will help in negotiations if they want to extend him.
It'll also help him if he's got another year like he's having right now. He'll be getting 30 plus.
Hey, what we're here though. Yeah, money in the bank versus money promised. Remember, as a player,
do you
don't
pay him
promise
this
me the money, bro.
Do you pay him this offseason?
Yeah, it's cheaper.
22. Yeah, but you're gonna Carter. You're gonna have to give the extension because Howie doesn't wait on players like that. Davis is up. He's got the 5th-year option next year, but if you don't pay him in the summer, he's probably going to walk in free agency because he'll do what Milton did. He'll go test the market, and then somebody will give him a big bag of money.
So what are you doing with Dean? 17?
I've been saying I would pay Dean, but I do understand how complicated that is from a business.
It is complicated. It is still complicated. But
remember,
you got to pay him as much. You got to pay him as much as Bond, though. No,
you don't have to pay him as much as Bond.
Okay.
No.
All right. You're not giving him 17.
I would love to keep Nico Dean.
Patrick Queen got that.
Yeah, this is a challenge, my friend.
I'm already up to 120 million with Dean being signed.
Yeah, but remember how he's going to do it. They're going to. This is why. They're going to put money up front.
But you got 200 million on the other side over there.
I'm just saying, cap hits are going to be low. Cap's probably going to go up another 25 mil. They're going to give a bunch of money in signing bonus. This is part of the reason they said they were saving cash last offseason so they could build up their cash reserve.
Money up front.
Exactly. So Carter deal, probably get a bunch of money up front. Davis deal, probably money up front. Jalen Phillips is, to me, the most interesting.
Well, here's the problem that you're going to face also. If Jalen Phillips and Jordan Davis land on a Pro Bowl, now we go tier 2.
Wait, get ready for this.
That's 26 million.
Do you think Quinion Mitchell will make All Pro this year?
First or second team?
One or the other, either one.
First or second team puts you in the big tier 1 number.
All right.
That's
Do
30 plus.
you think Cooper DeJean will be the All-Pro nickel this year?
One of my great predictions? Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
He's the best.
Do you think Jalen Carter will be an All-Pro this year? Probably not. But do you think Jalen Carter will be an All-Pro?
I think he's got a chance by the end of the year. You know, remember how he was the rookie of the year, was a slam dunk, and then it faded because he faded?
Probably the opposite.
He ramps up and he keeps it going.
He'll change the narrative quick.
I think he could either land on first or second team All-Pro, and that puts him in tier 2 again. Bro, let me tell you something. If Jalen Phillips makes the Pro Bowl, that's 28.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, man.
If Jordan Davis makes the Pro Bowl, God forbid he makes All-Pro.
Oh, man. He won't make All-Pro. I don't think, at least.
Okay. He might not. But if he makes the Pro Bowl, you're talking 26 mil, bro.
That might be light.
That's the 5th-year option.
You know, I think people are going to be like, why are they talking about this right now? But I think what people should take.
Because the business of football has to always be talked about.
Exactly. And I think people should understand that this is these windows, as we've talked about, they don't stay open. Now, Howie can make good decisions and elongate that window, and you can have certain things that will extend that window. But in history, Super Bowl windows aren't like 10 years open. They're just not. They're
3 years max.
Yeah, 3 to 5 years. I mean, that's the best. Cowboys won 3 in 5 years?
Yes.
Chiefs won 3 in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they're about to go into a rebuild mode a little bit if they don't get to the playoffs this year. So I just think it's something to keep an eye on. I mean, and it really is why I think many people they don't want to fall asleep at the wheel in this offense, because there's a feeling, and I can't speak for everybody, there is a feeling, I think, every Eagle fan, that we could get got playing offense like this. I get it. We've won so much. Our defense looks so damn good, and they're getting better every week. Maybe we don't get got, but we are playing with fire. So you don't want to waste this opportunity.
Who do you think has had more of an impact on the defense in the last month, Jacoby or Phillips?
That's a great question. And it almost makes you want to go push, because both of them have really, really brought it all together. I mean, Nico Dean, look, Jahad Campbell looked awesome.
He did. I have no problem with him.
Nico Dean is like a fucking beast out there, dude. I mean, dude, I was watching the tape on Nico Dean. Watch him anticipate in coverage. I'm not talking about getting downfield. I'm not talking about shooting the gap. I'm not talking about run defense. I'm talking about in coverage. He was reading, anticipating. He was starting to run the route before the tight end for the Lions ever even got to his route. Nico Dean is better now than he's ever been before the injury.
Absolutely.
That's how good he's played the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
So it's hard for me to just say Jalen, but Jalen has also changed the pass rush, opened things up for Jordan and Jalen Carter. You know, no coincidence. Those two guys have had their best games, right?
Absolutely. Hang on there for a second. I got to do something here.
He's giving him shit or something.
No. I gotta let one of my monkeys out there. So go ahead. He was in here with me for whatever reason. I need him jumping up on me. But you're right, man. I mean, he's gonna have to make the decisions, but how does that affect the offense now, though? Because now you're gonna have to make some decisions on that other side. Zander, I agree. 18%, the cap's gonna go up probably $25 million. That's not gonna cover all this bullshit. That is just not gonna cover it all. I mean, dude, now look, if there's one guy to figure it out, it is totally him.
Do you think the offense is going to cost us this year?
Yes.
Everybody in the chat, do you think the offense is going to cost us?
Yeah. You see what Dan Orlovsky said? This is not good enough to win the Super Bowl.
I don't know if he's right, though. I honestly didn't think the offense was going to be was going to be right last year without the passing game.
Zander, come on, dog. That was one of the greatest running attacks in history, though.
I know.
And get this. And what created the passing game in the Super Bowl was the element that the run game was so good. Defensive coordinators right now don't care about your passing game. They don't fear it. They feared it a year ago. They don't fear it now.
Look at Spike. Spike, are you admitting that Hurts is like Dilfer? Wow. Spike, you're not admitting your boy is like Dilfer, are you? By the way, you know it's funny? And you might have to hit Philly 500 with this. I don't think he's guilty of this. But you know what's happening in this fan base? They're like Cowboy fans. Remember how we always rip the Cowboy fans for their love of Dak Prescott?
Yep.
It's the same thing with Eagle fans and Jalen Hurts.
Oh my God.
They're in love with Jalen Hurts. I've never seen anything like it.
What do you make of Dak and the Cowboys this weekend?
Good team.
Hey, by the way, getting Quinnen Williams and getting Overshawn, I think that's going to help them. I mean, I think the Cowboys, you heard all the coaches, they've gotten better since week one. They've gotten better now with the additions. Hey, and bro, Dak's having a sensational season right now. He's having a really good year. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
There's no doubt. Dak's playing real good.
You know who else is playing great? George Pickens is playing his fucking ass off.
He is a good player, man. That dude's good. No, I think it's an interesting matchup because they present a great matchup for us in terms of our offense isn't great, but their defense absolutely blows. They've gotten a little better. Quinnen Williams had a really good. I know it was the Raiders, but
he did.
He really helped.
Is that a Bama kid?
Yeah.
He's fucking great.
I loved him when he was at Bama, man. I loved him.
Dude, that guy's a dancing bear, man. He's
good, bro. Yeah, he's really good.
Hey, did he play with who was on that?
I think he played with I think he was right after Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne.
Okay. He was after them.
He was
Did he play with that defensive end with the Texans?
Probably a couple years, maybe like a year. But he was after. The Texans guy was after.
Okay.
Quinnen was at Bama.
Because he's been in New York for a bit.
Yeah. I think he's in year 4 right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Well, then he played with the kid, the Will Anderson. He played with him.
He got drafted in 2019. So he's been a little older than that.
Yeah. He probably only had a year with Will Anderson. I think he played with What do you make of the Cowboy? How do you feel about the Cowboys?
No, I think it's a good matchup. I mean, their defense stinks, so maybe our offense can get going. It's going to be
no Lane and Cam.
Well, we don't know yet on Cam, but we'll see.
Okay.
No Lane. You know, it's going to be a challenge. Obviously, they're losing a player of that level. And then you have their offense. And the thing I think that's helping the Cowboys offense this week is they got a perfect weather. They're at Jerry's World. You know, so there's no weather elements. We've played the Packers and the Lions the last 2 weeks in these nasty, cold, windy weather games, you know, one in Lambeau, one in Philly. And, you know, what will Dak and that offense do? There's one thing that's for sure. Dak Prescott gets his playmakers the ball. Okay. I mean,
that kid Ferguson's coming on too, man. I like that kid.
Sometimes it's a little hard to I get it. It doesn't always equate to wins, but I'm watching that. I was actually listening to Mark Holmes' stream on the Monday game. I fucking love Mark Holmes. But
me too.
That guy gets his play. It's so easy. Sometimes watching our offense trying to get AJ the ball, it's like scratching nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, it's
just like boom. That George Pickens 160 yards like butter. Nothing. So they're going to move the ball. I mean, I think our defense, though, I gotta see. I think that defense is going to be good, man. So it's going to be a great matchup, though. Prince is mad at me because I called Eagle fans Cowboy fans. Prince, I urge you to go over to Twitter and read about what some of these Eagle fans talk about Jalen Hurts, bro. It's crazy talk. It's crazy talk.
I'm telling you right now. Let me ask you this: you think Dak Prescott's better than Jordan Love and Jared Goff, right?
Dak, what did you say? Dak's better than Jared Goff?
You think Dak's better than Love and
Goff? I think Goff has had his.
Or do you think Goff is compatible to him?
I think he's similar, but Dak is a little bit more, elusive. He can move out of there. So I think Dak is a better.
I think he's better in the pocket than Goff.
Yeah, I think all things equal, I would probably take Dak over Goff personally.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a Dak guy. I've always liked Dak's game. I've always thought he was a good quarterback. I know Eagle fans don't like hearing that, but let Vic Fangio tell you. He's the one who said it this week. Don't get mad at me. But
don't you agree? Don't you agree he throws the ball better than Jalen?
Is that a question?
No.
Yeah, I don't think that's a question.
How about this? Pickens,
I don't even think that's worthy of a conversation, to be blunt with you.
Pickens is on pace right now for 1,500 yards. Of all the moves that Jerry has made, that's a grand slam move. I mean, 1,500 yards. Dude, I loved it in the back of the end zone when he went like this, too. Because he just missed it. He had that toe toucher, and he goes like this. And then, hey, but Jerry's such a theater guy because he goes, I've never seen a fucking wide receiver ever do anything like that. And you're like, come on, dog. You've had some of the greatest people in your dead.
I didn't know George Pickens was this good. I knew he was a good player. I thought he was going to be a good compliment.
Who was throwing in the ball, though, in Pittsburgh? Nobody.
Is he having it? I wonder what Mark Holmes thinking. He's not better than CD, right?
No. I'll tell you what, though, he's better
look
than
at Mark Holmes' face. I don't know if Mark is so.
Hey, I'll tell you
like
this.
CD too. I think CD's a good player, but George he's out of the new element.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I think he's better. I think he's better than T. Higgins, who's considered the best number two. Yeah. How about this? Would you take George Pickens or would you take Devontae Adams? Because Adams is the number two guy.
Oh, Adams or Smith?
Devontae Adams in Los Angeles, or would you take Pickens?
Well, Devontae Adams is tough. I mean, his better days are behind him, but he's still playing at a high level.
He's leading the NFL in TD catches.
I know, but we all know what Devontae Adams could do with the Packers. He was insane in Green Bay. But right now, I'd probably take Pickens.
You think Puka Nacua is the best receiver in the league?
I think he's in the best system that accentuates his talents better than anybody else. They scheme that guy open all day long, and Matt Stafford gets him the ball. Like, speaking of butter, easy. They get that guy the ball, man. So I think he's, I don't think there's many receivers in the league that have that type of offense built. Even in Dallas, they don't have that. I mean, they are a perfect scheme for receivers, dude. Sean McVay gets those guys open all day.
I'm going to make you a comment here that this is going to sound wild. I think this is the best receiving corps since Jerry Jones has owned a team. And that includes Irvin and Harper as a unit. Not telling you anybody's better than Irvin. But as a unit, when you got CD in the slot, you got this guy throwing the top. Remember something. I never thought Alvin Harper was a guy that was a superstar player. I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I never thought he was great.
Billy 500 says these two need to get a room with the dad.
Oh, my God. Dak's having a sensational year.
Yeah, 500, man. I know every once in a while when you don't have the stream running, you watch that Cowboy offense and you wish we could get our ball to our playmakers like that. Now, I know they're probably going to fail in the playoffs. I get it. I know where you're going, 500. But I watched that Monday night game and I'm like, fuck, man, I wish we could get A.J. Brown the ball that easy.
They've got the worst offensive passing team in pro football right now for any contending team. Let's get these supers here before we get the guys up here.
Let's go. 500.
By the way, I do watch Mark on his stream.
I was watching him Monday night.
Yeah, no, that was the best I've seen him on the stream. You know why? Because he was actually fucking happy.
He said, you know what? In all seriousness, on a real note, I loved what they did for Marshawn Nealon, all the different things.
Oh, I did too.
And I think I think that's a factor here too, as well, for their first home game as well. Sometimes something like that happens, as sad as it is, as upsetting as it is for everybody from a human element. That can galvanize a team.
I agree with you 100%. I thought that was awesome.
And even a fan base. So it's going to be interesting to see what Dallas is like.
Yeah, that juiced the fan base up too. I agree.
100%. Pumper says, hey, fellas, keep cooking. JAKIB is authentic as they come. Casuals can keep hating. Only a matter of time their skirts get pulled. Tanner is king. Oh, no.
Tanner McKee, baby. The guy.
You know what's interesting about the Tanner convo? Like, everybody keeps telling me if we had a passing quarterback, they would get sacked like a bunch. And I'm like, bro, Matt Stafford's like 28th in the league. Dak Prescott's tied for 25th in the league in sacks taken. Jared Goff is 20th in the league in sacks taken. It's all the dual threat guys who get sacked more than the pocket passers.
They're harder to block for in the passing game.
Yeah, and the pocket passers get rid of the damn ball, even if it's a pick.
Yeah.
Darker says, Jalen Hurts has least brought us success in the playoffs.
Yes.
That's correct.
He's 6-3, dude. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking
about it's a team game, though. It's a team game.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts does not play defense. All right. He didn't have two of his playoff games last year were not that great. The Rams game and the Packer game, not that great. He was excellent in the championship game and the Super Bowl, 100%.
Correct.
But the defense is the reason we beat the Rams. The defense is the reason we beat the Packers. We had 4 takeaways and 3 interceptions on Jordan Love in that game. So you got to add in the full context, but he delivers.
Absolutely.
Here's Big Marsh. Vaughn and AJ will get traded. Nolan Smith walks. Goddard walks. Reed Blankenship walks. No, shit walks. That money by itself frees up them guys to get paid. That's fair. I don't think Vaughn's getting traded. Why would you trade Vaughn?
You would not trade him right now.
I don't think so.
You wait. He's got another gear on the team.
I see what he's saying though, where Nico Dean would be cheaper and younger. NG said, oh no, Lucius, my bad. Lucius says, just looked it up. In 22, Hurts' most thrown route was a deep out followed by the slant. This year is short out routes and hitches. Yeah, tons of out routes and hitches. Feels like it's all
boom, boom, boom. And that's why everybody's pissed off. By the way, you're 28th in passing for 27 games.
We don't pass the ball, man.
Wait a minute. This is not 3 games. It's 27 ball games.
Look at Prince. Prince can't handle me giving credit to Dak. He can't handle it. Predictability is on the offensive coordinator. Ocho Cinco said he can read AJ's routes by his splits. If he sees it, defenses do too. And all these 3 and outs basically equals turnover on impact. Well, you know what else equals turnovers by Nick's logic? How many takeaways we had on the Cowboys or the Lions last week.
That's
and
right.
Remember, we also delivered the ball to the offense at the 11 fucking yard line, and we still only had 16 points in the game. So, I mean, our offense really is not good right now.
No, it's not. It's the 4th worst offense in pro football right now.
Here's JD3. They have blamed Patulo, Nick, AJ, O-line, Barkley, Howie, Lurie before they point the finger at the problem. Oh, my God. I don't even want to answer that, JD3. I don't even want to answer that.
Hey, no one wants.
There's going to be a petition on me, Sills.
Bro, everybody's calling me over on my X account a racist because I called your football team 28th in throwing the ball. It's obnoxious. I mean, it really. Why can't get this? You're 8-2. I agree, but dude,
right, 3 more. Come on, we got to roll through these.
Right,
You're yapping my ear off. JD3 says Nick has coached top 5 offenses. Nick has had top passing offense. Jalen Hurts has never had a top 5 offense or even 4K, but fans will blame Nick.
Nick's in charge of it. This is his room.
They're 40-2 when they win in Nick's philosophy with the turnovers. It ain't changing, folks. Nate says, we ran a counter run 7 times in a row to the same side. We got a peewee coach calling plays for an NFL team. Bring back the RPO with tempo. I agree with your last sentence. I would love to see the RPO back. But my problem with the coaching, Nate, is I grew up, my favorite coach of all time is Nick Saban. I listened to almost every Nick Saban press conference of his career at Alabama. Do you know how many times I've heard him say, players, not plays?
That's right.
Stop looking at the play caller. Players, not plays. I'm not saying you're wrong, Nate. I'm not saying Kevin Patullo's impressed me. All right? I'm not. But, it's a part of it. Players, not plays. People hate the uncomfortable truth, Twiz says. I mean, he must be talking about the change.org petition.
Oh, yeah. The change. Yeah.
Sean says they let Jalen pass in 23. He led the league in turnovers. Correct. And the first 4 weeks of 24. Mayhem says the Eagles have a scrimmage this Sunday. All right.
Oh, boy. I tell you.
You got to come in here and save me, man, because I don't know what the fucking say about this damn team. They pissed me off, 500.
Back.
They pissed me off, this damn team.
Wait a minute. Before I get 500 in here, Dak is back.
Is that what he's got? Or no, he's got the 1-800 hear me. You know what? You got to tip your hat to Dak. Even on the kneel downs to end the game, he was hitting them with the, here we go. I'm like, man, that is just dedication to the here we go. You got to give him credit for it. But
and then you had Serriani doing the 4th down call, which was awesome at the end of the game to give the Lions 3 points. I don't get that thing. All right, Big Z, we will catch you. And by the way, the petition that is going around firing Big Sills, Make sure you fire that off to me. I want to read that thing, man.
All right. See you soon.
I got you, bro.